Here is the legendary Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia proudly welcomes everyone around the world to The Truth, an evening of professional boxing for your entertainment. And it's presented to you by Saudi Arabia Ministry of Sport and Skill Challenge Entertainment Enterprises, sanctioned by the Middle East Professional Boxing Commission, Commissioner Jose Mohan, and the World Boxing Council President Mauricio Sulaiman. Supervisor for this contest from Thailand is Thanapol Bhaktibhumi. Timekeeper at the bell from Ireland, Alexander McKenzie. The three judges assigned, all World Championship veteran judges from Mexico, Omar Mitun. From the United States, Mike Ross. And from Belgium, Daniel Vandeville. And the referee in charge of the action, again, a World Championship veteran referee from the United Kingdom, Mark Lyson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, this is our co-featured contest of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Cruiserweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, the challenger wearing gold and weighing in officially at 199.8 pounds. Originally from Sweden and now living, training, fighting out of Dubai, this Olympian now has a professional record of 27 victories, 16 big wins by knockout, only 3 defeats with 3 draws. He's a 2-division, 2-time world champion, former super middleweight world champion, former light heavyweight world champion, the challenger, Badu Jack And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black and gold, his official weight 198.5 pounds, fighting out of the Republic of the Congo. He brings an outstanding professional record consisting of 29 victories, 25 of those victories by knockout, only 2 defeats, and he is recognized as pound for pound one of the most dangerous punchers in the world today. He is the reigning, defending WBC 2-time cruiserweight champion of the world, Junior Ilunga Makabu.
Okay, boxers, I've spoken to you both in the dressing room. You know what I expect. Stay professional, obey my commands, and most of all, protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck, boys.
Will Ilunga Makabu make the 3rd successful title defense of his Cruiserweight Championship of the World, or will Badu Jack become a 3-division world champion? We're about to find out.
Real quick, Ray, I'm starting a little premature, but I want to mention this right now. We got to talk elements. It's cooling down out here. And these fighters have to take this into consideration. Coach Wade pointed out that Badu looks a little dry right now. What does that mean? The muscles need to be warmed up. He needs to be ready to fire off, fire fast, fire strong, fire hard. And if you're cool, if you're not, don't have a sweat going in the back room, you come out here, the wind cools you off even more. You may not be able to operate the way you want to from the opening bell.
But if you notice, Makabu came out the same way. He was a little dry as well. And like you said, it is getting a little cooler. So both of these guys are going to have to use this fill-out round to not only get an awareness of each other, but also to get their body warm the way they want to be.
Yeah, yeah.
At 4 o'clock today, it was...
But just like in fencing, you got to set things up. So these jabs to the body, these right hands to the body, straight lefts to the body, they'll pay off. They'll open up the head, but you got to start setting stuff up from the opening bell.
Under a minute to go in the first round.
And what I'm seeing right now, Badu Badu is doing a wonderful job of creating distance and range, being able to get the timing and distance of the fighter in front of him. And if he keeps that up, he's going to have a lot of success with that. Keep the distance and range and select your punches.
Badu Jack, originally from Sweden, now living in Dubai. This is his second straight fight here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It has been a calculated and methodical opening frame.
I'm glad you just said that. I like the pace right now. Much different from the pace of the early fights. But these guys have experience, and they know one mistake could cost me. So both guys are being really methodical, like you just said, being intelligent, taking their time, being patient, looking for the right punches at the right time.
Patience is a virtue, but you can't have too much patience.
Very close first round. Somebody's got to separate. You hear that 10-second clap, go.
Round one in the books. So our main event coming up next, Jake Paul, Tommy Fury, both men undefeated. But right now, we are enjoying ourselves. There's our DJ that has been keeping the energy going here in Daraya. Anna DeFerrin, who's done a marvelous job. I've enjoyed her song choice and her song selection all night long, guys.
Bob in my head. What about you, Wade?
My feet tapping real fast over here.
Well, I'll tell you what about tapping. I don't know if we're going to have too much tapping in our co-feature as we enter round number 2 for the Cruiserweight Championship of the World. Double jab by Badu Jack. Badu Jack told us, I think I'm an all-around better fighter. I can box, I can bang, I can do a lot of different things well. I believe I will have too much of a skill set to be able and enough to defeat one Junior Makabu.
I tell you what, Makabu is allowing Badu to get comfortable. He's allowing Badu to breathe. If I was Makabu, I'd be putting punches together. I'd be trying to get low and get to Badu's body. Right now, this is where the fight can be won from Badu because Badu is the better boxer from the outside. The nice straight punches from the outside are landing, and Badu's scoring.
Badu has always been known to be aggressive, but in a calculated demeanor. A beautiful left hook to the body.
Yeah, right there. I mean, it's just beautiful right now. It's 1-2s, couple shots to the body. Let me get back where I'm comfortable. Let me get back where I can see things, and I'll set something else up.
Badu's having the most success when he's staying on the outside of Makabu's right foot. As long as he does that, he puts himself in a position to throw a power right hand and at the same time go straight to the body.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the only element we haven't talked about in this fight. You got a southpaw against an orthodox fighter. What does that mean? Whoever has the leverage with the outside foot is going to have the best angle in terms of landing shots from the outside. The straight shots are going to land.
Absolutely.
Typically, guys, for the most part, have issues dealing with the southpaw fighter when they're conventional. Badu Jack has not missed a beat and is varying where he's placing his punches. He's going upstairs, he's going to the body, and he's mixing in a variety of different attacks towards Makabu.
Exactly. Makabu needs to do the same thing right now. He's being out-hustled by Badu Jack.
Under a minute left here in the second round. It appears as if Makabu is sort of waiting on that one singular shot.
Makabu needs to do a better job of keeping his hands up, because as long as he keeps his hands up, Badu's able to sweep that hook from the bottom and land flushly. It's going to be an early night for him.
I'll give you another one. Makabu right now, he's leaning in to his left. That means he's leaning right into the power of Badu Jack. He's in line for straight right hands. And his body is in line too. He's really flat-footed, which means he won't be able to get out of the way of straight body shots he's getting hit with right now, and also the straight jab in the right hand as well.
It has been nearly a 13-month layoff for Junior Makabu. Sean, could that have affected him? Could he have some ring rust as he deals with a very busy Badu Jack?
I don't know. I've never dealt with ring rust, but what I do know is right here, Makabu has to keep going. You got to keep going, just like that. This is how you make a fighter uncomfortable, and this is how you take control of a moment.
We're on our way to round 3. There is Jonathan Banks, who is the head trainer of Gennady Golovkin, and also Badu Jack the Ripper, quality trainer who came from the boxing gym under the guidance of the legendary Emmanuel Stewart.
All he's trying to do is come to you and brawl with you. Keep them feet moving just like that and lead with that left hand, baby. If you go to the left, you know he gonna lead with that left hand. You know you go to your right, you know you're gonna lead with the left hand. Keep going to your left. Keep pumping him with that left hand. Go both ways. Keep going both ways. You're doing good going both ways. Keep stop shooting down the middle. But keep the jab pumping. That's key. That's key to victory. The jab is key to victory. Let's go.
So taking a look at the punches, Makabu actually has the edge. 19 punches landed compared to that of 16 for Jack. Makabu has thrown 80 punches compared to that of 57, which is much to my surprise.
Yeah. I mean, that's the name of the game. You got to have precision. You got to know the right move to make in the right time. Punch selection is always vital in boxing. And right now, Badu, I believe, has the better punch selection. And just like his coach said in the corner, he's mixing it up. He's going both ways, and he's not allowing himself to be predictable.
Makabu lowered his head, and then he got blasted with the right hand from Jack. But here comes Makabu. Makabu is starting to become and pick up his aggression. A chopping left on the right side of the temple of Jack.
Great timing right there with the right hand from Badu.
And beautiful right uppercut by Jack.
Beautiful. And look at this. Badu listening to the corner, moving both ways. This is his intelligent boxing. I love it.
Well, we're talking about Anthony Banks, who's also a former professional boxer himself and has been with Badu now 3 years. So after 3 years of experience and chemistry, they're going to definitely work well together in this championship situation.
No adjustments yet from Makabu's corner. The only thing he's doing, he's still plotting, moving forward. Maybe his punch output is picked up a little bit more, but he's got to do more. And I like to see Makabu start to open up the arsenal in terms of his punch selection, do some different things. How about a hook off of the jab or something like that?
Couple lefts to the body by the champion in Makabu. Jack seems to be very much content right now on the outside, utilizing his jab. He sends a right hand, but that was blocked by Makabu. Big right hook upstairs. That caught the attention of the challenger. And a chopping left by Makabu. Well, the action is picking up here in this third stanza.
Look at this. Badu decides to bite down and just stay there on the inside right here. This is nice. Not clearly in on the inside, but he definitely is not willing to take any steps back right now, which plays into the hands of Makabu.
No question. Makabu is inviting and would love for Badu Jack to continue to fight at close distance, especially with Makabu having an 80% knockout percentage, number 10 amongst all the world champions in the sport. Final moments of round 3. Well, there's a who's who in attendance here in Daraya, Saudi Arabia. Radio Rahim is standing by with Iron Mike Tyson.
The ambassador for boxing around the world, the most popular heavyweight and maybe the most popular fighter living today, Iron Mike Tyson. You've traveled to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for this glorious event. Tell me why this one was so special.
Hey, listen, this is something Prince Khaled is trying to put together. It's been very successful. I'm interested in being a part of the success of Prince Khaled, and this is just something out of the box. This is just, can you imagine that Jake Paul and brother Tommy Fury can bring out a crowd like this, and it's not a championship fight, and it's only 8 rounds?
I know that you are of Muslim faith, and being in a country like this, with the other love of your life, boxing on the stage, how does that feel?
Hey, the Muslim world should get the credit that it deserves for being able to produce and promote the best fights in the world.
Radio Rahim with Iron Mike Tyson.
Great to see Iron Mike Tyson here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Round 4 This one's scheduled for 12. The champion, Junior Makabu, defending his title. This is his third defense of his WBC crown. Badou Jack aiming to become a 3-division world champion.
The misconception when you move in the ring is that you're afraid, or is that you're running, or is that you don't want to engage. What people need to understand is that Badou's moving back and forth, left and right, because it's not allowing Junior to set up. It's not allowing Makabu to find what he wants to see, what he's looking for. And that's why Badou's choosing to move the way that he is.
And like we already know, Sean, in order to be able to throw a power punch, your feet have to stick on the ground. You have to be on the ground longer. And Makabu's a power puncher. So when you move your feet around, it takes away one of his strongest tools, and that's his power. Now he has to box.
There's a couple of lefts on the ribcage of Badou Jack by Makabu. Badou Jack is trying to dictate the pace and make Makabu come and find him to frustrate him and give him different looks.
Yeah, but both guys are still really strong and set in their foundation and their game plan. Both guys, I think, are still fighting at the pace that they want to fight at, and they're still, I think, we don't have one dictator in the ring at every point in this fight to this point. I think at certain points, one or the other is the dictator.
Well, to further your point, Sean, is that I feel there are moments where Badou Jack has a couple of moments where he's dictating the pace, and then Makabu tries to get the pace, but it's a razor thin when it comes to these rounds. Oh, there goes Makabu! Oh, my goodness! Badou Jack has put down the champion, Ilunga Junior Makabu.
You see this? Badou has found a home for that right hand. He's just going to kind of stab in this right hand now. He's just going to try to stab it and get it in there.
A blistering right hand that dispatches Makabu on the canvas.
And then just take a little peek at the feet. Look at Badou getting outside that right foot of Makabu. That's why that right hand's landing as sharp as it is.
Well, I think Makabu has been proven wrong that Jack is able to hurt him and can compete at this world-class level here in the cruiserweight division.
And listen, I said it. Badou has power in both hands. And he can box.
Another right hand connecting for the challenger. That'll end the fourth, a big fourth round for the Swedish-born Badou Jack. Devin Haney and company watching the action as Jack goes back to the corner. What a massive round.
Right here we go. Here we go. But outside the right, there it is, in a nice right hand. He basically got on the side of Makabu and landed that right hand. Right here, we get outside the foot, right where I need to be, right where I'm trained to be. And yeah, it doesn't hurt to step on the foot a little bit. It doesn't hurt. The referee wasn't looking at the feet. No problem.
But here's the thing, Makabu did not protest it whatsoever.
No, because he knew he was hurt. He knew that he went down, and he knew that there was nothing he could say about it. Look at that.
Not only did he know he was hurt, he knew he was in the wrong position when that happened. And so he was going to be susceptible for that punch. What he has to do is make that adjustment if he plans to make it through this fight with Badou Jack.
Round 5, this one's scheduled for 12. Badou Jack having his biggest round of the fight, a knockdown of the champion, Ilunga Makabu.
Now check this out. So with boxing, it's always about making adjustments, doing what you have to do to win the fight. Got the big knockdown last round, but you're not going to come out throwing any and everything. You're going to get back to the game plan. You're going to set it up again. Look at the movement from Badou. He's going to try to set that right hand up again.
We'll see how Makabu, if he's able to circle the wagons and regroup.
He has recovered, and now for Makabu, it's about putting your punches together. You can't keep leaning in on your left side. Try to get out on the outside of Badou's foot and land a jab of your own, land a straight left of your own.
Another right hand. That right hand is really starting to become more and land with more frequency for the challenger.
Coach Wade, preparation is key. You can see that Badu is prepared and knows what he needs to do against a southpaw, throwing specific shots, not just throwing combination after combination and going head body. He's throwing specific punches and also moving in specific directions to set things up.
There's another right hand that blasted Makabu.
You can also tell that right now, Badu is actually starting to get more confidence. He's been in the ring with a lot of top-level southpaws, so this is not anything new to him. What he had to do is get adjusted to the style, the speed of Makabu, and I think he's starting to figure that out now.
And Makabu is starting to lunge a little bit more. He's extending himself, leaving himself susceptible to possibly be countered by Jack. As we approach 65 seconds to go in this 5th round. I think for Makabu, in his mindset, he's got to be thinking, look, I needed to prove that I have my legs underneath me, so that has been done. But he gets clipped by a right hand by Jack again. He can't get out of the way of that right hand over the past 2 rounds, can Makabu.
And Junior is significantly slower than Badu. Badu can move, and Badu can work his hands. He's got faster feet and faster hands than Makabu, and that's why Makabu's playing catch-up.
If you didn't tell me the age, I would think that it is Badu Jack who's 35 and Makabu who's 39 compared to the other way around.
But not only that, if you look at Badu, he's definitely moving to the way he needs to go, in the direction he needs to go, and he's looking for that right hand. He understands that he's faster than this guy, so what he's trying to do is look for that right hand and hopefully get a combination off the backside of it.
There you go. Through the right hand, then he came with a combination. Nice call, Wade.
We're on our way to the 6th. Well, coming up in our main event, the fight that the world is waiting for, Jake Paul, undefeated 6-0. He said, I've been trying to fight a boxer for a couple of years. This fight was scheduled twice and it fell apart. 3rd time's the charm. Jake Paul, Tommy Fury, up next.
This is little experience versus little experience, okay? This isn't fighter versus, what do you call him, influencer. This is boxer versus boxer.
Tommy Fury, undefeated 8-0. He said, I am going to finish off this guy in 4 rounds or under and finally put this behind me.
I don't believe that to be so, because what he's dealing with a guy, Jake Paul, that he came here ready to fight. This guy has been committed to boxing for over 5 years. He's not a YouTuber. He is a boxer at this point, so he's going to really go in the ring with a true boxer.
Round number 6. Between Badu Jack and Ilunga Makabu, a right hand to the body by Jack to commence this 6th round. Jack, I believe, when it comes to how he is attacking Makabu, is frustrating him. He'll go to the body. He'll use the jab followed by the right hand. He's using side-to-side movement. Makabu doesn't have an answer for the arsenal that Badu Jack possesses, at least up to this point thus far.
It's just mixing it up if you're Badu. And continue to mix it up. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't try to fix it. And if you're Makabu, you gotta step it up. You gotta start to push Badu back and not allow him to be comfortable the way that he is.
And Coach Wade, you know, having been around Badu Jack, that he can keep this up all night long.
Badu can average 80-something punches for 12 rounds. But what I'm looking at with Makabu, he has his mouth open the entire time, which tells me he's trying to suck in air. He may not have the fitness to take him through. So in the meantime, Badu can just continue to do what he's doing and break him down slowly.
But the one item I will tell you, and this is true when it comes to the heavier weight classes, cruiserweight and heavyweight, Makabu, in his 10-fight win streak, 7 of those have been by knockout or TKO. The last thing to go on a prize fighter in the heavier weight classes is power, and Makabu is dangerous at every single moment of the fight.
Yeah. Even though he looks winded, even though he looks like he's slowing down, he still packs a punch. It's just up to him to not take steps back like he just did right there.
Just over the midway point of the 6th. Makabu is lumbering towards Badu Jack, whereas Jack is more so boxing on his toes and is more fluid in his movements. There's a right to the body. And Badu Jack has been targeting the body from round number 1, and that is like putting money away for a rainy day just in case you need it, because he will pay dividends later.
Yeah, both guys have been investing into the body, but one guy in Badu Jack has been able to get to the body more consistently and land more consistent, clean shots to the body.
See, notice right there, when Jack changed direction, Makabo could not keep up. His feet just are not fast enough. So as long as Badu Jack continues to use his feet, he'll always be able to catch him with the offset punch.
Wait,
and if he continues that, he has success.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Wait, I call it a reset. Anytime Badu moves, you'll see Makabo take a step back or just take a step in the direction. He has to reset. Badu he continues to make Makabo reset, and it's just, what can Junior do? He's not a combination puncher.
No.
You know, what can he do?
He's looking for that one big shot. There's a right to the body by Badu Jack. A left that caught Jack at the end of the 6th, and Jack smiles over at the champion as to say, I know I got your number thus far. As we take a look at numerically how the fight has been shaping out thus far.
You gotta get in. Trust yourself. Trust your condition. Suck this shit up and start keeping that jab pumping. I can see if you had to fight him, you don't gotta fight him. All you gotta do is keep moving and keep that jab pumping. That's all you gotta do. Let's go. You trying to
Get me. Okay? Okay? Junior,
Don't let this motherfucker take your belt away. You understand me, okay?
I'll edit that. He said, don't let this dude take this belt from you. Yeah. But here's the thing. Give him an adjustment. Tell him what to do so that you don't get the belt taken.
Yeah.
As we enter the second half of the fight, Coach Wade, what did you take away from Jonathan Banks telling Badu Jack, you don't have to fight this guy, keep boxing him and stay out of danger?
Because what Badu is doing, when Badu boxes this guy, it's an easy fight. When Badu sits down and tries to bang with this guy, now you're fighting the fight he wants. You put him in a position to be competitive. Take him out of his element. Make him have to move his feet. Make him deal with your boxing ability. And then now you have an opportunity to win this fight easy.
Well, what we have here is a guy in Badu Jack who is stringing together punches and combinations, put down Makabo in the 4th round against a guy in Makabo who's a heavy hitter, who's relying on that one sole big shot to try to change the trajectory of this fight.
Yeah, I just want to look at the ages again. Badu being 39 years old, you're almost waiting on him to slow down. You're trying to find out when is that moment going to happen where he runs into a little wall of conditioning, and he says, well, I don't want to do that anymore. But to this point, he's still really agile on his feet. He's moving. He's doing everything he needs to do.
Well, throughout the course of his 13-year career, big right hand, Makabo's going backwards. I don't know if he's playing possum, but my goodness.
I think it was the feet again, but I do believe that Badu is 1 or 2 punches away.
Throughout the entirety of his 13-year career, Badu Jack, he has gotten better when it comes to his boxing, but from his gas tank and his conditioning, he's always been this way. I've never seen Badu Jack, for the most part, tire in any high-level prize fight.
Absolutely. Badu puts a lot of effort into making sure he does everything he needs to do to be ready for those fights. He has nutritionists, he has strength conditioning coaches, and let's not forget, Badu Jack is stubborn as I don't know what. He's willing to fight to the very end. I've been with him 7 years. I haven't seen anybody that he's ever run away from. He wants to fight. He likes to fight.
A good right hook to the body by Makabo, and I think it's fair to say with Jack, he rises to the occasion when he has these big moments, when he fights lesser opposition. Some of his performances, especially his last bout, and he got the win over Richard Rivera, but they were less than stellar. When he takes on somebody of this caliber, you see the best Badu Jack.
I didn't even want to talk about his last fight because I knew that was the case. Again, me being a fighter, I know that if you know a guy's record, you know this guy hasn't done what you've done, you come in the ring and you're like, this is just a day to clock in and clock out. And that's what it was. But this one right here, Badu was clocked in but ready to work.
He's been locked in from the outset of camp. Final moments of the 7th.
Good counter right hand right there from Badu.
Knew this was going to be a big fight. There's been a lot of shit talk, a lot of things said. You're not like a real professional boxer.
You've never actually fought a boxer.
You had one 6-round fight. I want you to keep on talking to talk yourself into the grave. I just want to know, do people know that you've rented the name, you switched it before you went on the reality show? Or are you, Tommy Fake Feud, ready to sign the contract?
No
Bring
way.
out the contract! Why is Dad always coming in? Can't lose, won't lose. Do you inflate your arms before you go out in public? I just need to know. I can't believe you're body shaming me. A lot of boxers are like, oh no, I'm not looking past my opponent, but I know I'm going to win, so why would I not get my next business meeting scheduled? I think your family's going to throw in the towel. Bad Back and Beyond has a great deal on towels. There's 2 deers in your family, Sandy and you, and you're a deer in the headlights. This is how you do making a living. You're a reality TV star. It's going to be good.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Well, it's clear that Jake Paul is one of the most polarizing figures in the history of combat sports. He will risk his undefeated record on the line against fellow unbeaten Tommy Fury, the younger brother of Tyson Fury, WBC heavyweight champion of the world. But right now, round number 8, Ilunga Makabu, the champion, making the 3rd defense of his world title. Badu Jack, the challenger, aiming to become a 3-division world champion.
I've seen Junior try to step up and push forward a little more in the last 2 rounds, maybe even 3. But Badu still, he's able to offset that pressure with movement and also the consistent jab and those right hands that he's stabbing to the body as well.
Just looking at the body language of Makabu, he almost seems to be bewildered by what Badu Jack is doing to him.
But you can guarantee what Badu is doing, he's getting more and more comfortable with being close to him. He understands he can endure whatever power Makabu brings, and he can counter anything he has to bring because he's so much faster than him. I want to see what happens in the latter rounds.
A blistering right hand that caught the left ear of Makabu. But Makabu has been digging to the body a little bit more, and I'm curious to see about the power and where the leverage of Makabu's punches, how it is going to play out in the last third of the fight.
Very important. Remember that Badu has been making investments to the body. So the only thing he can do at this point, now you're in the second half of the fight, that power is only going to decrease round after round.
I want you to pay attention. Badu just switched to southpaw. So now it's a totally different feeling from a guy to go southpaw now.
There you go.
Well, he uncorked a right hook that snapped back the head of Makabu.
Yeah, the jab is going to come from a different angle now. And the hook, he's going to start to throw lead hooks now. Right back with the straight left right there. It's brilliant boxing from Badu Jack.
Well, now Badu Jack goes back to conventional. He's obviously ambidextrous. Look at that overhand right that clocked Makabu. Another right hand, 2 right hands within a 10-second span that no doubt caught the attention of the champion.
Well, you can guarantee, look, Badu decided he's going to bring it to him. He's not going to run from him anywhere. He's going to bring the heat to him. He's not going to move around. Right now, I need to make a stance to let you know I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah, but Makabu said, listen, don't get too close to the fight. You might get burnt. He unloaded 2 straight lefts. We are nearing the final stages of this 8th round. A tactical but entertaining cruiserweight championship affair. A right hook to the body. They both are unloading at close distance. Right hand by Badu Jack, but back comes Makabu with the left of his own. To the 9th we go. Let's take a look at the action from the 8th round. There is an overhand right. Backing up, Makabu followed by a right uppercut.
Big overhand right there. And notice again the punch selection. It was an overhand right, it was a hook, and then there was an uppercut. That is advanced. That's as advanced as you can be in the sport of boxing. Using both hands simultaneously. It's good boxing. Great boxing right now for Badou.
Taking a look at the numbers for Makabu, he's throwing 575, landing 162. Jack, 361, he's landing 137. Thanks to our friends at CompuBox. But it is Badou Jack who has been more careful and selective with his punches, but he's landing the bigger shot over an extended period of time.
Yeah, the pace has not slowed down yet for Junior Makabu. And remember, I said that he's trying to pick it up round after round. He's trying to pick it up, but then he hit the movement of Badou Jack. It just kind of stops everything that Junior Makabu needs to do and is trying to do to win this fight.
But Makabu does have dynamite in his hands, an 80% knockout percentage during this 10-fight win streak. 7 of those have been by knockout or TKO. So for Badou Jack, he cannot fall asleep at the wheel at any point of the fight.
And the best part about what Badou is doing right now, nothing's complicated, nothing's complex. It's just move left, move right, shuffle my feet a little bit, find my opening and take it. And it's beautiful boxing.
Well, Badou Jack does a lot of things very well.
Yeah.
Does he have mesmerizing power? No. Does he have dazzling speed? No. But he does a lot of things very well, which makes him a complete fighter, which is why he is a 2-division world champion, trying to become 3-division world champion.
One of the keys to success, Badou Jack has it, consistency. No, he's not dazzling with very much, but he's very consistent at being good, and that's good enough.
He's just a fantastic fighter overall.
Absolutely.
And as you've heard him say time and time again, I'm the better boxer. And that's what he's displaying today, that he's the better boxer. He has the faster hands, the faster feet, the better combinations. All he has to do is to continue this throughout the fight.
But also with Badou Jack, throughout the course of his career, especially here tonight, he's not afraid to mix it up as well when he wants to. But it's him who is the initiator of those exchanges.
That's the best part about it, because what you do when you mix it up is you give Junior Makabu a chance. And the worst thing Badou Jack can do right now is give Makabu some hope. If Makabu lands a big punch in exchange, that gives him hope. But right now, you're right. Badou Jack is the dictator, and he's not exchanging unless he wants to.
And for the first time in the fight, there is blood streaming from the left nostril of the champion, Ilunga Makabu. Another right hand. Those are probably the blood streaming because of those litany of right hands that have been battering Makabu. Makabu coming forward. A right to the body, followed by a stiff jab by Jack. Chopping left by Makabu as we near the final moments of this 9th round. Overhand right that certainly caught Makabu. Makabu ducked his head. Jack popped him. Here comes Makabu trying to hit, but he gets clipped with the right.
Badou Jack taking control right here with that right hand, but then right here, here's the hope. That was the hope that I was talking about. You can't afford to give up a clean shot. If you haven't been touched, the moment you allow that guy that's been frustrated all night to touch you, you give him some hope right there.
Absolutely.
Guess what? Junior got some hope. He got some more energy just because of that exchange right there. No, he didn't win that round, but in his mind, guess what? He won that round.
Well, I don't believe that to be true 100%, because when he got touched by Badou Jack, you saw his legs buckle. He knows that punch touched him. He knows it affected him. He just got saved by the round. So he's going to have to figure out now, what am I going to do to make those adjustments so I don't get hit with that punch again?
There is our DJ here in Daraya, Saudi Arabia. As we enter the 10th round, Badou Jack is landing 61% of his power shots. Those are staggering numbers when it comes to the accuracy in which the challenger is landing. And again, we want to thank our friends over at CompuBox for that outstanding information. And numerically, the numbers do not lie.
No, most of the time they don't. You know, sometimes
a boxer would say that. Right? Most of the time they don't.
Well, hey, listen, Wade, why you disagreeing with me publicly like that? look at Junior Makabu. He came out with some more energy, didn't he?
Absolutely, but he still has to make those adjustments.
Yeah, he got to make some adjustments.
There's a left by Makabu. I think Makabu. Is it at this point, Sean, that he needs to hit the panic button and say, okay, I need a knockdown, a knockout in order to preserve my championship reign?
Tell you what, Kenny Porter and Sean Porter would have hit that panic button about 5 rounds ago. So, yeah, it's time to turn it on. You know, you still have to be cautious and be smart and things like that. But what Junior can't afford to do now is lay on the ropes right here.
I don't think he's playing possum either. He just ate another right hand. He opens up his mouth, and now Jack is really taking it to him, right to the body.
The worst thing you can do against Badu is lay on the ropes and let him pick his poison, because he's going to take it all.
Just over the midway point of this 10th round.
I think Makabu's tired. I think he's starting to feel the fatigue of it all, the rounds, maybe some of the stress from the actual fight build up, but you can guarantee that he's feeling something right now. And it also could be Badu dropping that right hand to the body as well.
Wait, let me tell you what happens. You come out with a lot of energy. I finished that round strong.
Oh, here comes Makabu.
Right there. You do all that right there, and it didn't work. And it's not working. How much more are you going to bring?
Hey, I would tire out, too, if I was eating right hands all night long, like Al Makabu has throughout the entirety of this fight. But Makabu is so dangerous. You have to take it and be convincing and grab the title away from the champion. You cannot leave any doubt. And so far, Badu Jack is of the mindset, I still have to take it to the champion.
Yeah, and you know, I don't doubt that Badu is winning the fight right now, but you know, I just want to continue to pull on that word I use, hope, because if you do give a guy like Makabu hope, he remembers my belt's on the line and he continues to push forward. Right now, Badu's taking it out of him.
Well, we talked about the right hand of Badu Jack. Now we're seeing the left hand in succession. 4 big lefts that have landed in the final 30 seconds of this 10th round.
Badu got me up here moving my body. You know how you move with the punches like it's you in there doing it?
To the championship rounds we go with Makabu and Jack.
Fellas, this fight is amazing.
Amazing. And Jack just spit up a little bit of blood towards as he got to the corner.
Big right hand right there. Most consistent punch of the night for Badu. When he finds it, he lands it very clean. Nice little exchange right there. Just a counter over that jab hand of Makabu. And then right here is when Badu bites down. The left hook's right here. Badu bites down. And he just pushes forward. This is championship mode right here. This is champion mode right here. Don't forget, this boy Badu, he going for number 3.
Number 3.
So he knows how to pull it out.
The primary weapon of choice for Badu Jack has been the right hand, but then he came out, added and showed his arsenal with the left hooks towards the end of that 10th round.
Very impressive, man. That's just intelligence. That's experience. That's a great corner.
Well, and also, as we take a look at power punches, you see Badu Jack extremely accurate. He's thrown 245, landed 147. Ilunga Makabu on the opposite way. He's thrown 409, only landed 157. A significant lower connect percentage in the power punch department when it is Makabu came in as the heavy power puncher, as the champion with an 80%, 90%. Down goes Makabu for the second time of the fight.
6, 7, 8. Walk to me.
Makabu down for the second time in the fight. He was down in the 4th, and now he's down in the 11th. Can Badu Jack finish off the champion Ilunga Makabu? What a moment this would be for the 39-year-old out of Sweden, now living in Dubai. Another big right hand over the top for Jack.
This is why we talk about experience. This is why we talk about having moments in the ring, fighting through things, and finding your way through a match. When you get up to 12 rounds, it's a round-by-round fight, and we've seen Badu slowly.
All right to the body, Badu Jack has Makabu hurt. Makabu is lumbering and stumbling.
On his heels, Makabu is.
Badu Jack has Makabu hurt, and he's punishing him. He's bullying the bully here tonight in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
And he's taking the power totally out of Makabu by hitting him to the body, taking his legs away, and now he can't get it off. So now he fears a little less about any power coming in. He just needs to be consistent now.
This is what happens when you deal with someone who has a multitude of weapons at his disposal against someone who has pretty much one way to win a fight, and Badu Jack has demonstrated that here tonight against Ilunga Makabu.
If Badu was to talk to Junior right now, he'd be telling Junior Makabu, did you forget I'm Jack the Ripper? Did you forget I'm ripping right now? That's exactly what Badu's doing. He's ripping, and he's pulling out those championship rounds, putting it down like a champion would.
Blistering combination punctuated by a straight hand down the middle by Badu Jack.
And he's throwing those in. He looks great. He's excited. He knows where he's at. All he has to do now is stay engaged. Don't take any risk. Just
there's
box.
A right to the body by Jack.
You win this.
Well, Ilunga Makabu has just over a round to go to try to retain his title and change the trajectory of how this fight has gone so far.
When you are a cruiserweight on your toes in the 11th round, that means you did everything right before this fight.
And you heard Jonathan Banks tell him rounds ago, you don't have to fight this guy. Just box him. Make him come to you. Stay out of danger. And Jack has done that and has been able to hurt Junior Makabu.
One more round, fellas. One more round, and we'll find out who the Cruiserweight World Champion of the world is.
Last round, you've got to drop him or you've got to knock him out, because that knockdown now doesn't help us.
Just the knockdown right here?
The fight is too close, maybe. Okay, I need to drop him this round.
Right there on the outside of the foot again, and just let that right hand rip.
1 point.
Bringing it around the guards of Makabu.
This round is he takes
round the guard right there. Nice little chin shot, chin checker. Two of them. And then he threw his hands up on that one like it was over. Great punch selection, direction on the shots, the vision to see where the trajectory of that punch needs to be like. And right there you got, hey, even the knockout artist himself trying to get a piece of that action.
Right.
12th and
ladies and gentlemen, this is round 12, final round.
Can Badu Jack become a 3-division world champion? Or will Ilunga Makabu rescue this fight from the depths of defeat and make a 3rd successful title defense? Guys, in that 11th round, Jack landed 21 of 31 power shots, a 68% connect percentage in the power punch department. Those are unbelievable numbers for Badu Jack as he's getting stronger as the fight progresses.
Come on now.
Well, Makabu's corner told him, listen, we don't need a knockdown here. We need a knockout. We cannot just put him down. We have to knock him out. They understand the stress in which you're in right now. The question is, can Makabu do it?
The question is, though, will Makabu be willing to take those risks after having been put down twice in the fight?
He truly doesn't have a choice, but this is...
Big right hand, staggering Makabu. Jack's warming him. Badu Jack, look at me come. And Badu Jack has become a 3-division world champion. Badu Jack, the Ripper, in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, stops Ilunga Makabu. What a finish! A virtuoso-like performance that was punctuated with a finish over Ilunga Makabu. What a moment, an emotional moment for Badu Jack and his entire team, his coach, his trainer, Jonathan Banks, his entire team. What a performance. Badu Jack ends the night of Ilunga Makabu, and here's how he did it.
This is what champions do. You see the movement right there, the consistency, listening to the corner, waiting on your opportunity. There it is. Nice overhand right. And then I'm going to go in and finish the show in spectacular form. Oh, my goodness. That's boxing right there. You got to finish it when that moment comes. And that's what Badou did. Nice overhand right on the top of the forehead. Woo! That's how you throw an overhand right. And then Badou, not wasting any time, ran right after it because he knew the tunnel's open. Let me get through that tunnel right now. And then the referee steps in and does what a smart, good ref does in that position right there. Steps in and says, you're done taking punishment. I'm saving your life. I know you're on your feet, but this is enough.
Mark Lyson did a great job, but look at the emotion. Badou Jack as, again, taking a look at just the battering that he gave Ilunga Makabu.
Beautiful overhand right, man. I haven't seen overhand rights delivered like that consistently throughout this fight. I mean, I have not seen overhand rights delivered like that in ever. You know, Badou really just overall from the boxing to and the outside, taking it to the body, letting it rip when the time came. The overhand rights set all those knockdowns up. And then the finish right there is you can't expect a 39-year-old man to do anything other than that when he's going for number 3.
And what you noticed is when at the end of it, he was praying because this is a big thing in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the first Muslim fighter to win a world championship in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This moment is huge, not just for Badou, not just for his legacy, but for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia as a whole. This is a big-time event for them.
History has been made. Both men embrace a sign of respect after the trash talk. Power punch-wise, Makabu 171 of 464 for a 37% connect percentage. Jack 177 of 291 for a 61% connect percentage in the power punch department. What a moment for Badou Jack with his trainer, Badou Jack, not Badou Jack, but also Jonathan Banks, Amir Abdallah, James Lockwood, Mike Basil, the entire team. Badou Jack proving that age is but a number. And for the obviously disappointed one, Ilunga Makabu, he obviously has to go back to the drawing board, but my goodness, tonight belongs to that man, Badou Jack the Ripper. To make it all official, we send it up to the Hall of Famer. Here is Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Lyson has to step in and call a halt to this contest. The official time, 54 seconds of the 12th and final round. The winner, now a 3-division, 3-time world champion and new WBC Cruiserweight Champion of the World, Badou Jack the Ripper.
You see Prince Howlett putting the title on Badou Jack the Ripper. Devin Haney showing his support. Badou Jack making history here, becoming the first Muslim to win a world title here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And Sean, history has indeed been made here tonight.
This is why we decided to turn pro. This is why we have the goals and the aspirations that we have for moments like this. I'm not retiring Badou Jack right now. I'm just saying that's a moment right there to retire on. That's like a running back in the NFL having a 2,000-yard rush season. You know what I mean?
For scoring a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, we live for those moments. We wait for them. And for him to capture that right now